Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, this will be one of my videos for today. Made a few already. I'm in this mode while I'm working here. So anyway, I have friends. I really wanted to talk about friends. Why is it so hard to make friends? Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's easy for me to make friends. Well, when I was younger, it was easy to make friends, but even then I had a difficult time finding people that I trusted, people that I could get along with and associate with. I learned over the years that it's just like with a relationship, husband and wife, mother and father, siblings, you have to deal with each other's shortcomings, or at least what you might consider a shortcoming or something that bothers you about a person. So if you have a friend that tends to do something that bothers you, you can I have some people who will sit and dwell on that, complain about that other friend that does that, and then there's other people which, like myself, try to say, hey, people are what they are. Take it or leave it. If you don't want to be friends with them, then don't be. But I had this buddy over who was helping me do this, helping me trim yesterday for a few hours, and we got into a conversation about friendship, and I told him, I'm really grateful to know you and that we're friends again. I guess I should give you a little bit of a backstory. I'll make it quick, but many years ago, this friend of mine wronged me and stole some things from me when he was in a bad state of mind. And whatever, the details are irrelevant. As I grew up, I was like kind of bitter towards him, and it kind of built me like this distrust towards people. And then we found each other on Facebook. I forgave him. We became good friends, and now I consider him like one of my best friends. I mean, he's like become best friend is not really a term that means anything to me. Friends are just friends, but in the sense that he's one that I can call over and spend time with, hanging out, and not expect anything from each other, and to trust each other. And one point that came up while we were sitting here trimming and talking, and I said, you know what I like about you, bro? I said, I don't meet very many people that I can associate with on a deeper level and people, not that I can just have conversations with about life, but people who are interested in conversations about life. A lot of people pretend like, they go, oh yeah, life's amazing, who knows, where are we from, maybe there's aliens, blah blah, then they go back to talking about television or whatever. And that's fine for them. I gave up trying to say people should do this or shouldn't do that, but, I think everybody needs to look within, and when you know those people who don't look at themselves and don't really look at life, if you're the person who does, it makes it very difficult to spend time with them and want to. You feel like you have to drop your level of intellect, not, in order to talk about sports or television shows or just complaining about things, whatever it may be the person does. So anyway, I said, him and I feel like we're more than just, say, drug buddies. And he knew what I meant. He said, I'm glad you feel that way. I'm glad you understand that, is what he said. And that made me realize that he understood too. So many people have had experiences where, say, maybe you're into junk, maybe you're doing meth, or maybe you've got some, coke habit or something. And when you quit, you expect support from your friends, but all of a sudden those friends kind of disappear. It's the same kind of thing with alcoholics when they quit drinking. A lot of times they distance themselves from those who drink, but more often the people who drink don't want to associate with them because maybe they feel guilty around them drinking, or maybe they just don't. Maybe they see themselves negatively, in that light, because, the other person's doing better. You get my drift. What I'm trying to say is that when two people have a friendship based on certain things, they don't even realize it, and then when one person quits that, it's like they're on their own. And it's really sad, because people can bond on so many different levels. Business partners, you know, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's no more than business, you know, and sometimes it's more. So I'm very grateful to have, I'd say, three or four friends that I associate with on a level that I feel like they actually care about what I have to say, and that they actually have something to answer to it, and that I care about what they have to say. I mean, I care about what everyone has to say, but what I mean is that the subjects are interesting, that they're not boring, they're not mundane, and I can't do the mundane anymore. I can't just sit back and listen to people talk about random shit. It's like, you know, my mom will ask me, oh, have you seen this commercial? And then she'll always stop and say, oh, never mind, you don't have TV. And then she'll go on to proceed to tell me about the commercial. No offense, Mom, if you're watching this, but, you know, that's just how, I just can't stand it. I just don't care. I don't want to hear stories about television. I don't want to hear what happened in a movie or on The View. There's some people that want to tell me a story about, you know, something that they did. Like, I have one friend that's a good example. He's really into motorcycles, and he's like one of my best friends. He's into quads and all that stuff, goes to the beach. He's always telling me about motorcycles and how he bought these trikes that he's fixing up and everything, and how I should come to the sand dunes. And I just go along and say, yeah, cool, man, that's great, instead of saying, I don't give a fuck, dude, I don't care, because it's out of respect, you know. It's what he's interested in, so it's what I'm interested in. You know, I like to know what my friends are into. So there's kind of a level where, you know, you can't just separate yourself because of different interests, but you can't always be interested in what other people are into. But friends are hard to come by. I think a lot of people who don't have any friends at all seriously suffer because of it. And even, you know, a husband or a wife or a child can be a friend. I'm not just talking about friends. If you have a family, you have friends, you know, hopefully. And I guess I could segue into family now, because family is really important. And people you know, see, a lot of the people who are really upset about, say, the men going their own way, the MGTOW, or the feminist movements and all this, many of the people who join these movements or feel angry against the other sex do it because they lost their best friend, or maybe they got screwed over by their husband or wife, and they feel like all men or all women are this way. And it's not just with relationships, it's everything. When a person quits smoking, all smokers are dirty people all of a sudden, you know. And it's just, it's really hard to find a real friend that we can not judge. People that we can tolerate and understand and love. My wife is my best friend, but, you know, sometimes it's easy to forget that and like take it for granted. Like, oh yeah, I have a wonderful family. I never take it for granted, but just to remember that other people don't have that. A lot of other people have really horrible family lives, and they fight and they bicker and they argue. I don't know how many neighbors of mine I've heard arguing and screaming at each other. It's just sad, you know. I've been with my wife for 15 years. We've probably only yelled at each other maybe 5 times. And it was very short-lived, and it was rational. It was never, fuck you, you cunt, or you're a piece of shit, or taking it personal. It was just like, we got angry, we got over it. That's life. I'm surprised we haven't had more, you know, because most humans do. But we know how to deal with our emotions. And with friends, I'm the same way. I know how to let shit go. You know, if something bothers me. And I vocalize things that bother me, and maybe that's the key. If somebody does something that I feel is wrong, I tell them about it. And then I'm not bottling up my feelings or emotions towards people, I guess. So they know where I stand on issues. Gets me in trouble sometimes, but, you know, over honesty can screw you over. Anyway, well, I'll probably run out of camera time in the middle of my sentence, so I'll probably just end it there. Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to end right